Showtime, baby. But we got ourselves another cloudy day, so of course that's just, yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with it.
I have almost 10 years stored in my first digital camera. Wow, I did all that? It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna take one too. Vegan chili, of course. Give me that one. Yo, give me that.
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, no.
But
No,
it was good. It was
Thank you for experimenting and stuff like that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And not giving me a hard time. That's why I keep the almonds around.
Yeah, yo, on a road trip, you literally had and on tour, you had bags of fucking almonds and nuts. You spent like $80.
Yeah. Welcome back to fksalad. Here with the GOAT, Ryan Craven.
Oh, okay, alright.
Actual GOAT. Ryan and I go way back. We're gonna dive all into that. But I'm gonna jump straight to the chase. You know why you're here today.
Yeah.
You're here for that good old vegan McDonald's burger.
Let's go.
Open up the glove
In
box.
here. That's so fun. Yo, it's warm.
There you go, my friend. I've never been more happy to purchase McDonald's in my entire life.
I love McDonald's.
Yeah,
so
I know
this
you're
is the thing.
obsessed.
I've never had.
This is not what we usually promote on the show, but here we are. I hope it's actually nice.
It looks nice. Well,
It carried
am
an
I supposed
hour.
to like rate it like throughout the whole way?
I
I'll
mean,
rate it through
you
the whole
have
way.
you have a
So
bite.
the presentation. Let's start off with that.
We're not. No, this is not about McDonald's.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
about you.
All right, yeah. Presentation's not too good, but that's classic McDonald's. I ripped a nice junior chicken last night.
Oh, you crazy guy! This is not what we're supposed to be promoting on this. It's gotta be nice. You don't need to talk about it while you're eating it. But I'll kind of explain why we did this a little bit here. Is because Ryan and I literally lived in McDonald's about a year ago. Ripping Wi-Fi, Starbucks Wi-Fi, as we did a big road trip down the West Coast. Washington, Oregon, California. And fun fact about Ryan Craven, he loves his McDonald's. And it's his favorite.
I love it.
Favorite business. There's never any vegan options. But now they're trying, right? We got Burger King has an Impossible Burger. A&W's got the burger. There's so many options out there now.
This actually tastes like
McDonald's.
it's not. Yeah. I'll put it back in there.
Back it goes. Yeah, you were actually very good on tour and on a road trip. So Ryan also toured tonight in the winter, in December, and not your first tour.
No.
How was this tour though? It was definitely a fun one.
It was fun. Yeah. I mean, it was different for sure.
What made it different?
Being in the van with 5-6 guys.
Yeah, all crammed in the little van.
Yeah.
We had a few vegan options while we were on tour. Ryan wasn't loving it so much.
Yeah, I stayed away.
He definitely stayed away, but we did our best to just show and try to get Ryan to try some.
We tried though. Was that one day in
Seattle?
Seattle.
We had that Asian fusion.
Which was mad good.
Yeah, you went
except
off.
for the shrimps. They were cut like carrots. It literally looked like a carrot. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, no.
But
no,
it was good. It was good.
Thank you for experimenting and stuff. So Ryan, another Cambridge boy who's escaped Cambridge,
Classic.
made his way to the city. I don't even know where to begin in terms of how we met each other. We met through a mutual Gavin, probably when we were 10, 12, 14.
It was high school.
Your
No,
high
wait,
school.
it wasn't high
Your
school.
high school.
It was my, yeah. Okay.
I was younger.
Yeah. Grade 9. I was grade 9.
So I must have been
Because I was running track.
literally.
I was running track and field with Justin, Trevor, Brady, all those guys. Gavin was on the team.
He was in the front
You knew Gavin
through cross country
through
skiing.
cross country skiing. And you guys, did you live?
He lived close
Yeah,
to me
okay,
too.
you
Yeah.
guys live close.
And then I don't even realize.
And well, I don't think we realized that we knew each other until after.
I think. Well,
Because we made videos and shit, but we didn't like.
did we ever make them together, or you
No,
made
like,
videos with
we-
him? And I made
like-
videos with him.
I think that's what it was. I made videos with him, with Justin. You made videos with him.
And Justin.
Yeah.
We were friends on Facebook probably because of that. Probably
Yeah.
maybe in a group chat. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know, just the world of social media back then even actually, because that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was some 2012, 2013 days.
Yeah.
I remember you really got into like car photography with Justin, I think.
A little bit.
But
I
like
did a little
but
bit.
you posted on Facebook, right? So it's like, oh, look, this guy takes
Oh, okay,
photos.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
kind of like that.
I took photos on my iPhone for like probably 2 years straight.
Oh, you
Because
loved
I was
your-
always doing, I was always doing video, and I didn't really fuck with like photos. I didn't really take photos.
But you loved Instagram there for a while. You loved.
I loved Instagram.
You loved
yeah.
your iced
'Cause,
coffees and longboarding.
dude. Me and Trevor figured out about Instagram in grade 12, and we were like, "Yo, this is the coolest thing ever." We're taking photos, doing hashtags and shit, getting mad likes like randomly. We figured out like a system, started kind of gaining followers, and like that's kind of how I started photography because I was always doing video.
Right.
Because you know,
Yeah. Was there ever? So was there a specific switch? That Instagram was the switch then.
not really. It was so I was always kind of. I took iPhone photos for like the longest time because I didn't know how to take them on my actual camera. Grade 10, I failed photography class. I failed it. I got like a 49.
Yo.
I think the teacher didn't fuck with me, but yeah, it's because it wasn't even photography class. We weren't even shooting photos. It was just like straight essays and stuff. And I was
Right,
I was
right.
just not. I was not into that.
So what really kind of catapulted you into like photography as a career then?
I mean, mainly just I love taking photos, and I don't want to. There was nothing else to really do
You
other
just
than
went for
work
it.
like a regular job and get by doing that, which would be mad easy to do. Like but yeah, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I literally have to like. Yeah, I can't do that. I have to be doing something else.
Which is like so fascinating to me because
Yeah.
someone might be listening or watching and hearing you say that and be like, okay, like what do I do to do that?
Yeah, I mean it's a struggle for sure. You don't just like jump into it and like can do it full time. Like I think my first gig was I was probably 18, and a friend of mine, she was like, "Yo, this is one of my first gigs, I think." She's like, "Yo, my uncle's having a wedding, and he needs a photographer. Can you do it?" And I was like, "Okay, I've never ever done anything like this, like wedding wise or like any kind of like professional setting."
Yeah.
I just, whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, like we have like I think it was $80." And I was like, "Yo, okay, like that's mad sick. Like
Yeah.
$80. It was just a reception, so it was like an hour.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool, $80 for an hour. That's like, I would work if I was working because I used to work at a grocery store. That would be like working 8 hours because I was making like $10
Right.
an hour at a time. So it's like only have to work 1 hour shooting photos or go work for 8 hours at a grocery store. Like that's the way I looked at it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean it was cool. I kind of probably butchered the photos.
Well,
Sorry about that.
We all.
And then like
that's how we get
shooting
into it.
music videos for $50, like in Cambridge, doing like having no idea what I'm doing.
Do you want to touch on your first tour that you ever did?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
5 years ago, exactly in January.
Right on.
I think January.
Because you're very like
Some
humble when like talking about it, or like you just don't talk about, it, which is like really nice.
I guess yeah. I don't really talk about it unless people bring it up, because there's like not really a reason.
Canada, Ryan, come here. My videographer, say hello to the camera. No, you're blowing his ego up. Say fuck you, down. Say, fuck you, Ryan! Yeah, bitch! I'm just kidding. I love you, Ryan. Give me a hug, bro. It's my dad. It's my homie. Are you guys having a good time?
Okay, so like explain, do you want to dive into like start of that and then why that even ended up happening? I just want to touch on that.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. I met a friend who was connected to some big artists, and he gave me a really good opportunity. Well, actually, no, first, so he came to Toronto. He's a photographer as well. He's John Bellion's photographer. Amazing dude, incredible photographer. He pretty much, he came to Toronto with John Bellion, and they were like, yo, do you want to come through and shoot? So I was like, yeah, for sure. So I went through, shot a bunch of shit. They fucked with it. It was cool. Met a bunch of guys, and then that was it. And then a month later, he hits me up and he's like, yo, have you ever done a tour before? Do you want to like go on tour? And I was like, no, like with who? Like, I've never been on tour. I don't really, this is probably my first time making like actual money and shit, whatever. And he's with Logic. He's like, do you know the artist Logic? And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like a huge fan at the time of Logic. Like from, I went to like all 3 shows, previous. And I was like, yeah, of course. So he's like, okay, cool. You're going to get hit up by Chris, his manager, in a couple days because they really need somebody. It's in a time crunch. And I was like, all right, cool. Didn't hear from him. And then I'm working at a grocery store, fucking chopping celery and shit, chopping carrots, and I get an email from Chris, Logic's manager, and he's like, yo, he's like, yo, can you give me a call like whenever you see this? I'm like, okay, cool. Call him, and he's like, yeah, like, can you go on tour, all this and that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, your flight's booked, like, you're leaving in 2 days. And I'm like, holy shit, okay. By the way, I'm in college at the time. I'm working this job at the grocery store. I don't really know what the fuck's going on. And I immediately go to school, and I drop out before like telling my mom or anybody. And I go home, tell my mom. She's like freaking out because like she doesn't even know she doesn't understand anything I'm saying. Yeah. About like leaving, going on tour, making money with it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And then I fucking go on tour. It was the craziest time of my life, I'd say. I just remember. And I was 20. Yeah. And I was new. I like only flown on a plane once before. I never went anywhere in the States. Like I didn't know shit. And I was just like thrown into this thing. Crazy world. Which was crazy. Yeah. I don't remember. I almost remember the moment I saw that video, I was like, I was literally, how is this? What is this? I'm like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. It wasn't just the idea of you being on a stage. It was just that everyone was just taunting you. Oh yeah, no. Other shit would always happen too. And then you went from that to touring with me down the West Coast and me just being like, fuck you, Ryan, let's leave this photo spot. Right? Holy fuck. Ryan and I did our road trip, like I said, a year ago, and I was in the right place, but I don't know what I wanted. I wanted to be shooting on film. I was so envious of you just ripping film. Yeah. And like the other thing is, you already went to all the spots. That was my first time at the spots because like I traveled, because I've been on a bunch of tours before, and I like traveled and like went everywhere that we went, but we would never have time to stop off, go to the photo spots. Like that shit takes time. Wake up for sunrise, do all that. So when we were doing it, I was there like really needing to get the photo and like get all that shit because I've been looking at it for so long. Yeah. And I like never had those photos, but you've been there so many times and you've taken those photos. Yeah. So you like, that's also probably a reason. Yeah. And I was more just content. And you wanted to do the film? Yeah, film. And then I just also wanted to just experience this road trip, maybe not necessarily taking the photos. Right. Yeah. It's such a good time. I just think of Port Angeles in the car park. Yeah. You laying on the mattress with the Bud Light case in the Walmart. Like, there's so many different memories on that trip. Obviously, in any like trip that you do, right? But I'm like, those photos to me. the one moment when we're in a McDonald's and we go to a grocery store. Vince gets his healthy meal. He gets his healthy meal, his drink, his I don't know whatever fucking smoothie it is, green smoothie, pure green smoothie. And I'm like, nah, like I'm gonna go to McDonald's. Classic. Also, there's Wi-Fi there, so it's really good. And well, Walmart has Wi-Fi too. Anyways, go to McDonald's. Vince goes, okay, and it was freezing out. I don't know where we were. Portland-ish. Yeah, some shit. And so he takes his drink and he puts it underneath the car as we go into McDonald's because he's like, okay, it's gonna like freeze out here. I want it to get cold before I drink it. He's like, Ryan, make sure we remember that the drink's underneath the car before we go. So we're in McDonald's for like 30 minutes, editing, doing whatever, eating fucking big junior chicken, Big Mac combos.
Okay.
And then we're pulling out. We're talking about like where we're about to go next, and we just hear this poof. Both look outside. Vince's green drink everywhere, blown up.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why you eat McDonald's, because you're never gonna forget it.
Cut the clip. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, well, it was a good trip in terms of my healthy eating. You did okay.
Yeah, I did okay actually.
You did okay.
I've been a lot better now.
I know you're doing a great health kick. You're doing this. It's cool to see your lifestyle on the road. Well, mine too. Just like bent, no cooler.
Yeah.
We're just living such a mess, and then to come back home, and you are eating clean. You're hitting the gym, and then you're running this like crazy successful real estate photography business.
Like it's only been successful for the past like year.
Yeah.
And it's like just getting to the point of where I kind of want it to be, and then once it hits that, double and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's just taking, it's taking a while, but it's good now.
It's cool to see it kind of like blowing up for you and like you getting lots of like good work from it.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's sick.
Let's go park my car.
Sick to see other people do it too.
What do you mean? Oh, like it's sick to see that you're like hiring people. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever think
that was the original goal when I started, was to be on the level where I can hire out other photographers,
right,
give them work. Because when I was like, 20, 21 looking for work, when I came back from tour and this and that, it's hard to find constant work with photography.
Right.
So now to be able to be in the position where we're gonna be giving photographers that like opportunity to shoot 5, 6, 7 gigs a week, and be able to make money off of is like pretty cool.
They took this sign, the No Park sign, that yellow
took it
thing,
down.
it's gone. The yellow,
Oh wow,
the yellow blinky thing is gone.
it's kind of sick that we got that photo.
Yeah, dude, it's actually so sick. That's all right. I'm pretty sure I did thank you for Los Angeles, but I asked you, I'm like, Ryan, when we go down there, please, when we went down there, I was like, Ryan, please introduce me to people, and you definitely did.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was like really appreciated. Got my foot in the door, tried to figure stuff out there. Thank you.
Yeah, worked out for you, right?
Yeah, well,
Let's go.
doing the best we can.
Fire me up.
Let's get out of here.
Time to get blackout.
Oh God.